Has anyone ever said something to you that you just couldn't let go? Not for a day, not for a week, but for years. Maybe it was a teacher, a boss, a friend, or a family member. Maybe they said, "You just don't care," or "You've ruined everything." And even now, years later, those words still pop into your head at 2 a.m. If that sounds familiar, you might be experiencing something called rejection sensitive dysphoria, or RSD. Rejection sensitive dysphoria isn't simply being sensitive, it's more of an intense emotional reaction to a real or perceived rejection, criticism, disappointment, or failure. The reaction can feel overwhelming, immediate, and deeply painful. For many neurodivergent people, especially those with ADHD or autism, it can feel like emotional injuries heal much more slowly. So, people with RSD often replay conversations in their head over and over and over. They often analyze another person's facial expression or tone of voice. Um, they often assume they've upset somebody, and they feel devastated by criticism. They so as, as that goes, they avoid situations where they might fail, and they experience shame that seems larger than the situation itself. A small comment from another person, that another person forgets in 5 minutes, it can become a memory that you carry for years. As autistic women, many of us spent decades being misunderstood. We were told, "You're too sensitive, you're overreacting, you're too difficult, you're lazy, you're dramatic." When you've accumulated thousands of these experiences over a lifetime, your brain starts expecting rejection. Not because you're weak, but because you've been practicing self-protection. So I'm going to share a little story of my own with you. I remember a conversation years ago where someone told me, "You just don't care." And they said it more than once. And they also told me I'd ruined everything for someone I loved. Years later, y'all, I can still hear those words. For a long time, I thought it meant I was holding a grudge. Now I understand that what I was actually experiencing was an emotional wound that never got a chance to heal. Now, learning about RSD doesn't make it disappear, but it does help me pause and ask, is this rejection happening right now? Am I responding to this moment or to an old wound? Now, what evidence do I actually have? And would I judge someone else this harshly? Most importantly, I remind myself that rejection, feeling rejected, doesn't mean I was rejected. So, if you spent years replaying conversations in your head, wondering why rejection and criticism hurt so much, you're not broken. You may simply be carrying around wounds that were never understood. And if nobody has told you lately, I see you. You are not alone. And there are many of us out there learning how to heal from this together. I'm Kathy, the neurodivergent nurse. If you enjoyed this comment, please like and subscribe. And everybody, take care of yourself. You know, if you are late diagnosed, it's even more important. Take care of yourself. You know, self-care is so important. And as I said, we will learn to heal from this together.